global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Before the end of 2024, Wike took time and explained, lambasted Peter Odili over so many things, said all sorts, insisting that Peter Odili puts his portrait everywhere, including the toilet. Of course, there have been reactions concerning that. But what Wike failed to complete, an insider had said to help him complete that story. And this time around, what he said is not something I will explain. You will get to hear it. He explained how he suffered. This person we're talking about is the chairman, one of the chairmen of Wike when Wike was the governor of Rivers State. What Wike made them do and why Fubara, as it is right now, Rivers must rally around Fubara, and what Wike cannot get after now. This one is an insider information. You will hear from the horse's mouth yourself. This one.
Who has never gone to court to win any case as a lawyer? When I finish, then the answer you give to yourself will be the best answer. When he was contesting as a chairman of Obiakpo local government area, a man brought him to be the council chairman. Senator Sam Mbata brought him to be the council chairman. After helping him, Senator John Mbata brought him to be the council chairman. After helping him to be the council chairman, today, Wike and John Mbata are enemies. When he was going for second term, when PDP denied him ticket, he rushed to our mother, retired Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Mary Odili, to beg her that they've removed his name from going back for second tenure. And she begged the husband, who was the then governor, and Wike was given second term as a council chairman. Today, he's an enemy to Justice Mary Odili. Rotimi Amechi made Wike his chief of staff and nominated him as minister of the Federal Republic. Today, he's an enemy to Rotimi Amechi. President Jonathan brought him and handed over to our father, Dr. Peter Odili, to assist him to be the governor of Rivers State. Today, he's an enemy to President Jonathan. Not only being enemy, he went ahead to start dragging property with President Jonathan in GRA, Port Harcourt. He took intervention of several people before he let that property to go. Our father, Dr. Peter Odili, who made him council chairman, who he came to beg to say he wants to be governor, through Ambassador Desmond Akawo, who brokered peace for both of them to meet. Today, because Dr. Peter Odili, one man, is an enemy now to Dr. Peter Odili. Wike, a man who does not respect his father, is in enmity with his biological father. A man who cannot respect his father cannot respect anybody. And a drunkard speaks before thinking. So I want to beg that we should forgive him, because he spoke with the level of alcohol he took. And a drunkard speaks before he thinks. Barrister Wike, who is the barrister who have never won any case in the court, who claimed that Sir Dr. Peter Odili has taken Rivers State as his estate. When he was governor of Rivers State, Wike appointed his in-law, Ike Obuzo, as the caretaker chairman of Ahuda West local government area. He also appointed his father-in-law as a board member, before he left office, he made his brother-in-law, the wife's brother, a member of House of Reps in Abuja. Correct. Victor Obuso. Correct. Fire that. His anger and cry and lamentation is because Siphoned has removed the feeding bottle he is using to feed from Rivers Fund, Rivers Treasury. Fire that. That is why he's angry. Fire that. I will tell you today that council allocations we are not coming completely, because when I served under Wike as a council chairman, he forced the 23 local government chairmen to be their letterheads to the former chief of staff, Emeka Wike. They typed letter on our behalf for us to sign. He deducts 20 million from every local government every month, made us to sign that we, the local government chairman, has agreed to send that money to the state government every month for the training of civil servants. The civil servants and civil service, he did nothing about for 8 years. He never did any employment for 8 years. He never promoted any worker for 8 years. The governor came in, Singh came in, and started promoting civil servants. Speak out! Speak out! He's angry because he has no place to nominate commissioners to Siphoned. He's angry because he cannot dictate for Siphoned. Exactly. He said Siphoned is the...
All right, welcome back. You've heard what he said. This is a one-time chairman. You can imagine what he said then, that they will write letter-headed paper, and all they need to do is for them to come. We don't want anything, just come and sign that you have willingly given your allocation as a local government chairman, even though local government chairman, and that he wants to use it for civil service, of which even the civil service he was owing them. What's your take on all of this? And many more he said in the video.
Well, this is an insider info, though some other council chairmen came up who are in Wike's camp. They came up and said it was a lie and all, but I don't think that they would keep quiet. I was expecting it. I don't expect them to keep quiet, like someone on CK and all of that. They can't keep quiet. They must come out because this is their political father. So they can't keep quiet and hear him being dragged to the mud that way. So, but however, it's important for us to note that Wike's grip over River State has finally been broken based on series upon series of persons who have stepped out to, open up about some of the things that he did, which was quite ungodly, pointing to the fact that it was a privilege. He was meant to act as a chief servant to the people of River State, not to strip them of everything they have. Being elected into a position does not mean you are the best. It's just that the people say, go in, manage our funds for us. Number one, Wike had never worked on his own to create the funds. Those structures are already on ground. Federal government give them so much because of the revenue they've been able to get and all of that. And, he was boasting of how much he had contributed thus far. But Siphoned has kind of, shocked everybody by doubling everything that Wike has been sending across. So clearly shows that Wike was doing little or nothing. He had his own good side and all of that. Some persons are there who give, very good record about him. But it must be, as a form of advice to Wike, at this point, the whole thing don't spoil.
Don't spoil.
So
this is just 2025.
2025. So if you want to resurrect or still have some level of influence, you still want to have some persons for keep as your supporters, don't talk too much again. Go into hiding. Stay off talking, because the more you talk, the more people will come up. And I can assure you that as many people come up and bathe their minds, the more you have been demystified before the entirety of River State. And very soon we are going to see a lot of cross-carpeting, because after a while, when the people notice that he can't deny it, unfortunately, the judiciary, which was his greatest weapon, has been, he can't influence them again.
But some persons are saying that for that of judiciary, that they shouldn't conclude yet because it has not gotten to Supreme Court. Because everybody is saying, and now that it has favored the people, now people are saying judiciary is back on track.
Yeah.
Not when the verdict now goes the other way. Now say judiciary are no longer, the hope of the common man, because there's still the last lap, which is the Supreme Court.
But if you listen to what appeal court said, it's not within the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court to do whatever they did. So I think that the jurisdiction will be the first thing that Supreme Court will look at. Even if we have to say what he had done is this is done, you need to go back
to where start from the right position.
Exactly.
The right location.
Exactly. So you need to go back to River State and start the whole show from there. From then we can, and that's going to take months upon months upon months.
All those monies for paying
lawyers and all of that. They're losing patience day after day.
Even these lawmakers themselves, they've not been paid for a while. So where are they going to get the monies to pay some of these lawyers? Maybe it has to come from the River State Wike himself.
Wike, exactly. So, but the situation on ground is very unfavorable. So, just like someone who is an experienced politician, withdraw from all this fight.
So what will now be the fate of the last 27 lawmakers?
The 27 lawmakers, they have to realize that at this point, every man to your tent,
Do you
Israel.
know how many years we're looking at here? 25, 26, 27, 20,
now,
25,
guess
26,
what?
Then the 27. Who's going to pay them?
Now, first of all, we have to realize this very ideal truth. Wike did not tell them to resign. Wike did not tell them to cross carpet. That is why you are seeing them trying to come back. He said the cross carpeting was done strictly by them. You understand? And because if they had gone through the law of the land and what Supreme Court has said before now, there's no way.
They felt that they have the right one, being that there's a little squabbles here and there, but was not strong enough as a rule for them to cross carpet, because they said being that there's problem in PDP leadership, but that's at that time
there was no problem.
Really no problem.
Exactly, there was no problem.
Cross carpet.
Exactly. So right now the situation is quite unbearable for them. I don't know how they are going to handle it, but based on what we have seen thus far, Wike's political career needs a break, or Wike's influence in River State needs a break. He needs to just pause a little bit and say, learn from Adam Oshimole. But unfortunately, learning from Adam Oshimole would not breed anything good, considering the fact that Obaseki, the reason why Obaseki has not gotten what he wanted was because he has issues with even the Oba of Benin and his also the Oba of Benin and all of that. And the people of Edo State did not really feel the impact of his governance. You understand? Obaseki, talking about Obaseki. But Fumbara here is man of the people. He's out to make sure that the people are happy, and he's doing everything within his power to ensure that every existing record in terms of governance,
so it may even be difficult for Wike to replicate
exactly
Adam Oshimole's feat.
Exactly. It will be very difficult, and both of them have different temperaments. All of this advice we are giving to Wike, we are so sure that he's not going to listen to it. Someday he will still come out to speak, and nationally the people are already tired of him. And back home here, you don't even have a stronghold. So the first thing is calm down and let's see if the tie will drop for at least the next 2 years, and then you can start pushing. But unfortunately, he had already declared himself an emperor of River State, and whatever he's going to get from the national, talking about the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be dependent on the stunts he will pull in Rivers to secure in 2027,
of which he may not be able to
pull. So the situation is very dicey, I must say.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take? Let's brainstorm.